Greetings, Fright Nights. Josh just showed me a movie called The Guest.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, what? Oh God, what can I just say? No, you gotta watch this movie. If you're like, I love me some '80s flicks and some '80s stylization, oversaturated color.
Yep.
You gotta watch this. This is what you gotta get this and put it in ya. You gotta. This is an '80s cock that needs to come in you. And if you're a lesbian, then this is an '80s strap-on. You just gotta use together. It's got two ends, and you gotta both use it. You gotta get it in ya. This movie is amazing.
Yeah. I know some of you heard me talk about this movie before, because if you watch my show at all, I put it as my favorite movie of last year. And when Jack and I were in a conversation earlier about like the '80s coming back in movies, because a lot of movies we've been watching lately have been like bringing that '80s flavor back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you gotta see The Guest.
Yeah. So he's like, it's got a John Carpenter score. It's got everything. And I'm watching it, and yeah, it starts out with like title.
Yep.
And then immediately goes, and that fucking synth score starts immediately, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see the '80s. Where's this inspiration come from? Next shot, a scarecrow with an obvious fucking jack-o'-lantern on its head. I'm like, yup.
I love me some Halloween flicks too.
Fuck yeah. Holy shit. Like, this thing is Halloween, Terminator, fucking Assault on Precinct 12, Precinct 13, fucking First Blood.
Yep.
God, what else am I missing?
Oh God, there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of little touches.
Shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I knew this movie was gonna be good. I didn't know it was gonna be this good.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It was my favorite movie from last year. So I don't want to oversell it for anyone, but at the same time,
I don't think you can oversell this movie. Even you either just heard what we just said and are in, or just forget it. The movie will never work for you. And God damn it, no, this movie's. You better fucking love this movie.
Okay, so from here on out, if you're already sold, you should probably just go rent it, watch it, buy a fucking Blu-ray, throw it on, enjoy it. And if you're still not on board yet, now's when the spoilers start.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh God, I don't even know. Okay, here's the plot. Plot is guy from Dead Son's old military unit, thank you, comes home and makes himself at home at this family's house.
Yeah. He basically shows up at their house after their son died to basically, inform them that that he knew their son, and that he wanted him to take care of them if he died in the event of his death.
Yeah.
So he shows up to basically deliver the parting words and to basically help them out in any way he can.
Yeah. And the plot just gets steadily darker and darker as he helps his family. Now, fucking, oh God damn it. No, fuck it. Let's just talk about all the movies that we noticed. All the 80s shit that was happening in this movie. All right, so first of all, it's set near Halloween.
Yep, it's set near Halloween.
Yeah, one almost kinda little bit supernatural thing happens.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
It's kind of like supernatural science fiction. It's like such ridiculous science fiction, but that it's almost fantasy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of '80s movies where science was basically magic. Like
yeah. And in this one, it's like he's been like altered somehow. They never specify.
Yeah.
He's like a super soldier, and he's been programmed to protect his cover at all costs.
Yeah. And they emphasize program. So for all you know, he could be a robot. Like it's
yeah.
You could be like. There's a lot of Terminator references in this that would almost lead to that conclusion.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny. Now that I think about it, yeah, he gets shot. We don't really watch him bleed.
Yeah. He starts bleeding when he gets stabbed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But that's a death wound. But he just gets right back up afterwards.
He gets right back up. Like he is basically living Terminator.
Yeah.
Like and to the point where he takes a leg injury, and you're like, you only gave him that leg injury so he could walk around like the fucking Terminator like this.
He's got the Terminator fucking like stiff walk after that, and it makes him more scary. You think being terrifying. You think being injured would make him less scary because he's human, he could be hurt. But him limping around actually made him more terrifying because he looked like, oh my god, he takes that and he keeps going, like he's not gonna stop.
Yeah. And he's super polite at all times.
Yes. He apologizes for every kill.
Yeah. And you get the feeling he kind of means it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Well, basically,
I'm to kill you now.
The character is programmed to protect his identity and the program that created him at all costs, which means if his cover's blown, he has to clean it up. And being that he's a weapon, the only way to clean that up is to kill everybody. But even if he wanted to, like keep them alive, he can't. He's programmed not to. He's programmed
to just kill everybody.
So when he kills people that he actually likes, he apologizes for it.
Yeah. He fucking, like, the entire time he's like helping this young kid who's like being picked on, like his life just sucks, he's lost his brother. He's just helping him out at every fucking turn, to the point where when that kid has to actually stab him and he staggers back, he's like, you did the right thing.
Yep. It's like the completion of his journey. Like, I was teaching you to fight back, and you fought back, even against me. Like, you're a man now.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that the main character is actually the sister.
Yeah, the sister's the main character, and throughout most of the movie, she is dressed... Well, actually, not throughout most of the movie. Through the last half of the movie.
Yeah, half of the movie, when the 80s gets cranked up to 11.
She's essentially dressed like Sarah Connor.
Yeah, she's Sarah Connor. This guy's the fucking Terminator.
Yep. And there's even there's a fucking Loomis in this movie, a Dr. Loomis in this movie, by way of the government, the military police guy.
Yeah.
Who shows up to take him down. And then his entire platoon is slaughtered by him.
What's the name of that actor?
Oh god, I forget his name. He's on Fringe.
Fuck. He's in everything. He's right now like the go-to fucking bald black, sergeant army guy.
If you need a guy to speak with authority, you get this guy.
Yeah.
Because he just does that naturally.
Yeah, he's like,
he delivers fucking that government talk beautifully.
Yeah. Whoa.
That government agent talk that this information is classified. He delivers that kind of shit like amazingly. And so it was perfect casting him in this role.
Yeah.
And at a certain point he's driving around in a car that he confiscates because his car is like the David character that Dan Stevens plays, the bad guy in this movie, shoots out his tires, so he confiscates a car from a random passerby, and the car is essentially the Dr. Loomis car from Halloween.
Same car Dr. Loomis has. You're like, oh man, this is incredible.
And then you have scenes with the girl in the car with him, and he's explaining like, oh, he was a genetically altered soldier. He will stop at nothing to kill you. He's a killing machine. And you're like, holy shit, we just went Halloween. Halloween.
Full fucking bore. Because up until that point, it's kind of like, there's a lot of, like, for like a better way of putting it, the plot is kind of First Blood if Rambo is evil.
Yeah. And you're kind of trying to figure out whether or not, like, the movie gives this ominous feeling around him all the time, but you're trying to figure out, is he bad? Is he good or whatever? And even at the end, you're kind of like, he's both.
Yeah.
Because he legitimately
he's good and evil.
He legitimately wants to help these people, but he's also super dangerous.
Yeah. He's like the fucking like robot that wants to pet a kitten, but all he can do is crush it.
Yeah. So like he's actually like trying to help these people in his own way, even if his own way involves like framing her boyfriend for murder. Because he realizes he's bad for her. Like,
fucking goddamn it. And of course, like, everything really fucking goes to hell because his cover gets blown. That's what sets off all the real super violence.
And
not that he was a peacenik before.
No. He was not. Like, he was beating up, like at first the people he's beating up, like, you're kind of like, oh man, rock on. Like he's beating up the bullies that bullied the kid. He's beating up the abusive boyfriend.
Yeah, the abusive ex of like the daughter's best friend. Who's like
who then immediately sleeps with him because this is an 80s movie. Fuck yeah, sex.
Yeah.
sex, drugs, actually not rock and roll, but like
yeah. But it's like I love the fact that like that girl even like kind of gives him the like a man.
Yeah.
Look, it's amazing.
Well, I love that. I love that scene where he opens up the like she's knocking on the bathroom. She's got to take a shower, and she thinks her little brother's in there, so she's just being bitchy sister, like open up, I gotta take a shower, hurry up. And he opens the door, and it's him, and he's just wearing a towel, and you could tell they shot this when he was like his peak physical like look.
Yeah.
And just immediately like just the sexual tension that immediately.
Oh man, this movie is so great. The minute that happens, the minute the door opens, he comes out. There's this huge waft of steam that comes out with him. He's like standing like this. He's fucking cut, and all of a sudden the soundtrack is like boom.
Yeah. The music in this is amazing.
Immediately.
The music in this is amazing. Like there's a scene towards the end of the movie when like the bad guy realizes that the girl has picked up the gun that he left on the floor. And that she's behind him and that she's about to shoot him. And as he's turning around to her, the music shifts from one song that had a guy male voice to a more feminine voice, to a more feminine song, and you're like, holy shit, like the music is shifting because the balance of power has shifted. She now has the upper hand. I'm like, oh man, that was actually
that was so great. I love the scene where like she shoots him is so super fucking 80s. It's like a combination of the end of like Lethal Weapon and like Die Hard by way of Terminator.
It's so colorful, like greens, reds, blues everywhere, and the entire thing is shot at what's supposed to be the location of a school dance, but it's a Halloween dance, so the entire room is smoked out like an 80s film.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like someone brought Tony Scott back from
exactly. And on top of that, they use the smoke beautifully because like there's a point where he gets shot and falls into the smoke, and she goes to see if she's still there because the smoke covers everything she can't see, and he's gone, and so you're like, oh shit, where is he? And like that was brilliant. That was use the smoke like water. That's
yeah. Fucking, I like how when he's chasing after both the brother and sister in the dance, like fucking the music all of a sudden starts sounding like Take on Me by
yeah. It gets super 80s because he puts in like this is where obviously his sense of humor comes into play. He puts in a mixed CD, not a tape. It would have been a tape if it was set in the 80s.
Well, I think they actually do still refer to them as mixtapes in other CDs.
Well, it's a CD. It's basically a mixtape she made of songs that he said that he liked while they were in the car together. He's like, I like this song. Well, can you make me a mixtape or put this song on it? And she's like, sure, I'll do that. And this is when they start to actually like each other.
Yeah.
And she makes it for him. And then eventually there's a later scene where he gets it, and then at the end of the movie, he tracks them down to the location of the school dance, and it's not the dance yet. So like the place is completely empty, and he shuts down all the house lights, and then puts in the fucking music and turns on the entire effect of the dance. So like the lights start like flickering, everything starts getting all like super 80s, and you have this 80s mix that she made for him that's all synth score and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's not actual 80s music, but it's all music intended to sound like it.
That's a good way to put it. Like it's because most of it is modern.
Because that
music.
sound is kind of coming back in a big way.
Yep.
You know, the 80s will never fucking die.
It will never die. Much like
Holy
David.
Crap. Yeah. He is pure 80s. He cannot be stopped.
He's also God. Like I said this in my top 10 list, but what amazes me about Dan Stevens' performance in this movie is that number one, the dude's British.
God, you cannot tell.
Yeah. You can't tell. He feels American as fucking American Pie. Like
he feels like Captain America.
He feels like Captain America, and he managed to deliver this performance that is really low key. He almost whispers most of his dialogue. It's so at a low volume, but it still comes across.
Never raises his voice.
Never. Like, the one point when he does towards the end, when he's getting desperate, like because he never does it throughout the rest of the movie, like, it gets a little scary, because you're like, oh, shit.
He means it, you know?
You know, it's like, it's one of those beware the quiet ones, like...
Fuck.
But, like, he manages to do that, yet comes across really charismatic. And when you think charismatic, you think like, whoa, woo, 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 woo. But he's not like that at all.
No.
He's very calm, very collected, but everything just like it's
yeah, he's magnetic.
Yeah. I think charming's the best way to put it. Like he's
he's one of those actors you can't take your eyes off of him. And just sort of like, even when he becomes the villain, you still kind of like the guy. You know, as the audience member, you still like, I still kind of like this guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, damn, like, holy crap. I love the fact that, the movie really, you know, starts out being shot like kind of a slightly more low-key 80s thriller. That takes a turn when they get to the bar. There's a scene where David picks up the little brother at school, and little brother's got like a black eye and shit, and he's like, where are the guys that were beating you up? And he's like, those guys over there. He's like, okay. So he follows them. They go to a bar where it turns out that if you're on the high school football team, they'll give you alcohol. And so they go in, and it's the best dialogue in the movie is the interaction between him and the bartender. Holy fucking crap. All that dialogue was that basically say it's all designed to unman the football players by giving them drinks. Holy fucking shit, that was amazing. That was a moment I was like, no, this movie's gonna be great.
That scene is that scene like is the perfect example of how well written this movie is.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, that dialogue is just amazing. The fact that he's sort of like, I want to give those ladies Oh god, what was it?
Blowjob shots.
Blowjob shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about the guys? Do I look like I want to give anything to their fellas? Would be the polite thing to do. Give them cosmopolitans. I'm like, oh
snap.
Unmanned.
And on top of that, this entire scene is shot like the scene in is it Terminator?
Terminator, yeah.
Which in the Terminator where he goes into the into the bar to get the clothes.
Yeah, it's both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, and the fight scene is a lot like that too. Not like specific things that happen, with the exception of the fucking pool cue.
Yeah.
Because you're at a bar, you gotta hit someone over there with a pool cue.
And this is the first movie I've seen in a while that acknowledged, because one thing that annoys me in movies when they go into bars but everything is super clear, and I'm like, it's a fucking bar, people are smoking. Like, I have been to very few bars where people aren't smoking. Like,
even after it was made illegal. Like, it still happens, you know.
So like him walking into this bar and you immediately like see like the haze in the air, like, oh man, I miss this. I miss this in movies.
Yeah, god damn it, yeah. Whoa. Oh god, man, that's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I even love the whole bit of like he essentially like it provokes a whole confrontation with the bullies, kicks the shit out of them, and then the bartender is standing there, and he's basically like, you're gonna tell you're gonna tell the cops that a bunch of kids came in and asking for drinks and started some shit, and you didn't see the other guys, you didn't get a good look at them, and they left before you could call the police, and the reason why you're gonna do this is because it would be very bad for you if the police were to find out that you were serving drinks to minors.
Yeah, drinks to minors, because, and then he points to all the guys on the ground, because this is what happens.
Yeah.
And you're just like, ooh.
This is so great. Yeah. So great. So I even love the scene where he goes to the principal's office when the kid defends himself against that bully.
Oh yeah.
And that whole turn of just like, what did the bully call him? What did he do?
Bully called him a faggot. Well, then that makes this a hate crime.
And you're gonna expel him for protecting himself during a hate crime? I wonder how that will look on national news.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. He's just like, well, we'll be suing you in the school board.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, me saying it like that is like already more. I don't know how to describe this guy's performance as pure quiet intensity.
Yeah.
You know, he is calm, he is quiet, and he is intense all at the same time.
Yep, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Like the way we deliver it is way more flamboyant than he does.
Yeah, way more. Wow. No. Oh man, you gotta see this movie. Holy shit.
I love the subtleties of his performance. Like, there's that scene where the brother kind of figures out everything that's going on. Like, oh, you killed that guy, you killed this guy. I don't care because you're making my life better. Like, we're friends, but I want to warn you that my sister might be onto you. And there's a scene where he's telling him this, and the camera's circling around, and then it stops on David and just slowly pushes in on him. And when the frame first landed on him, it's a smile. By the time the camera reaches in, like reaches to an extreme close up of his face, that smile has shifted into a frown, and you don't even register that it's changing until it happens.
Yeah,
like, it's like until it's done.
Yeah. Because he's like, I did. You could kind of like infer that's like, oh god, I didn't want to know that. Now I have to kill everybody.
Yeah. It's so great, so great.
Oh, dude.
And Joel David Moore's in this movie. Joel David Moore is great. I fucking love Joel David Moore.
Yeah. This movie was directed by Adam Wingard.
Adam Wingard, written by Simon Barrett, their writer-director team, who also made Your Next, which is another movie I love.
Yeah. God, this is a quantum jump.
Oh, God, yeah.
Holy crap. Like, it makes sense that Adam Wingard made this movie, but you're like, holy crap, I didn't know the guy had it in him. Like, this is...
Yeah, I love all his other movies, but like this one blew me the fuck away. And I already knew going in that I like his stuff.
Yeah. I got no problem with Adam Wingard, but like I don't know how to describe it other than he just went from good to great.
Yeah.
And you don't see that very often. You don't watch a filmmaker go from, honestly, he was very mediocre in the beginning. We don't usually watch a guy go from like okay to great, and we just did.
Yeah.
That just happened.
It's, oh god, I love this movie. I'm looking forward to everything he makes after this. Like,
holy crap.
I didn't make a top 10 list like the year before last. But if I did, I would have had Your Next on it because I really love that movie. But there's a reason why The Guest ended up as number 1. And that was a late addition for me. I did not see that until like early January, where I found out the movie had happened. I'm like, okay, well, let's watch this. I think I had just hit DVD or Blu-ray. And I threw it on, watched it, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to change my whole list. The Babadook isn't number 1 anymore.
Yeah. No, I definitely, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Like that would have been my number 1 as well.
Yeah.
You see this and you're like, sorry. Sorry. This is, we have a new champion.
Yeah. It was one of those things where like a movie that emotionally moves me and like gives me a great experience is going to be a great movie no matter what. But a movie that does that and then afterwards my immediate feeling is I need to pick up a camera and shoot something, that's the best.
Yeah. Like we literally just got done watching it and I was like, because I was immediately thinking, maybe we should shoot a vlog tomorrow. I'm like, no, fuck it, we'll just do it today. We'll just do it now. It's fucking like what, like 2 a.m. or some shit like
God,
that.
it's late.
It is fucking late because we were just gonna like watch that. I was gonna watch that movie and then like fucking go to sleep, and you get to the end, you're like, wah!
And to put this in perspective, like right before this, we watched the original Friday the 13th, which is still the classic it always has been. And we still were blown away by this one. And this is my like 5th time watching this one. Like,
oh Jesus. Yeah. I don't blame you. I cannot blame you. Holy crap. Like, I fucking love that, like, in the beginning, it's all like, kind of like Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
Kind of sounding stuff, and
that entire scene where
damn,
that entire scene where they're like they're launching their assault on the house to get him, like that scene's the one that feels the most Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
Like it's a very, very brief scene in the movie, but really action packed and really amazing.
Yeah. Who's? Oh god, wait. Who direct? I'm spacing. First Blood director.
The original director of First Blood?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm not remembering that off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Okay, but it wasn't Tony Scott.
No, it was not.
Okay, never mind then.
The original director of First Blood, God damn it, I would know that normally, but off the top of my head,
I feel like talk to the camera for a minute. I'll look it up because I'm a fucking jackass.
Yo, there's gonna be a cut right here.
Bud. Yeah, Ted Kotcheff. Director of First Blood is Ted Kotcheff. So,
and we're back. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to fucking. I love the fact that there's like a drug party in this movie.
Yeah. a Halloween drug party.
Halloween drug party, yeah.
You know, so everyone's in costumes, and if you're an Adam Wingard fan, you could see homages to his old movies in there. There's even a guy like dressed with your next mask.
Well, like when they get to the dance, and the dance part of the decoration is that big written in blood, "You're next."
Yeah, on the wall. I'm like, oh man, nice. Nice.
God. You know, they say originality is kind of hiding your sources, but I really like it sometimes when they just wear that on their sleeve.
I don't understand.
I think, yeah, during the movie I turned to you and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, am I wearing a sleeve? No, because it's worn through.
I think that's bullshit, hiding your sources.
I agree.
Did fucking Spielberg hide his sources when he made Indiana Jones? No, like he straight up stole scenes from serials and we loved it. Like,
yeah. Yup. God, yeah, go fucking like, you know, a lot of the camera techniques of Jaws he stole from fucking Hitchcock.
Well, absolutely. Same with Duel, like especially Duel. Especially Duel. And they're great movies. Like, it's like, you don't need to fucking hide your sources. We all know that everyone is inspired by what they loved that got them into that thing in the first place. So, I mean, if you're a filmmaker and, like, you really fucking love Hitchcock, of course you're going to grow up to make movies like Hitchcock. You're gonna still make them your own. Like, this still feels 100% like an Adam Wingard movie.
Yeah, it does. It does. Although I love the fact that like the fucking camera only does like 80s camera moves.
Yeah.
You know, it's right down to that level. It's a very controlled, classically shot like
they even do fucking like a straight up zoom into the face as opposed to like a push in. They do a straight up zoom at one point for an action sequence where it zooms in onto David's face when he realizes someone just grabbed like a pool cue or something. It's like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, we don't do that in modern movies anymore, but it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks so awesome. Like they used to be like that was a staple of like Japanese films for a long time.
Absolutely. Well, the only people who in American cinema right now who really use those often right now, Raimi uses that stuff all the time.
Oh yeah,
Raimi loves that kind of shit. But like other people, like zooms are taboo. Don't use zooms. Like, but why?
I don't know why, particularly in a fucking era where you can almost shoot and forget a zoom at this point if you got a good enough camera. You set it up.
It's one of those things where anything has a purpose if you use it right.
Yeah.
And just because a whole bunch of people will use a zoom really poorly does not mean you can't use it really well. And in this case, he found a great spot
perfect.
for it.
It was absolutely perfect.
You know,
God, no, I fucking love this movie, and I cannot. Wait, aren't they? You told me they were working on the I Saw the Devil. Right?
Yeah, last thing I read was that they were as Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett were attached to A.D. Shanker's. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The guy who produced Dredd. His production of the American remake of I Saw the Devil. And at first I was like, they're remaking I Saw the Devil. I love that movie. That movie's a fucking masterpiece. No, don't do it. It's a bad idea. But then Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett and A.D. Shanker, I fucking love Dredd, but after seeing this movie and your next, bring it on.
Yeah. If they like straight up like stylize it, and if they basically do like the Infernal Bears thing, you know, where you do it in a completely different style. It's the same plot, but you just do it completely different.
Absolutely. Like,
I would be up for that.
It's There's so many people out there that don't know that The Departed was a remake of an Asian film. And one of the reasons why they don't know that is because you wouldn't be able to tell from looking at it.
Yeah, no,
like Scorsese made that so a Scorsese film. And in fact, he made it such a Scorsese film, and because I love Scorsese, I like it better than the Chinese one. And the Chinese one's great.
Yeah. Like it's a completely different movie.
Yeah. You know, even in that facet, like they set it in Boston as opposed to Hong Kong, which completely changes everything.
Yeah. So you can't do that shit.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it takes someone of unusual caliber to be able to pull that off, and I feel like now Adam Wingard and his guys are now in that caliber.
Yeah. Well, it's like oh, he's remaking I Saw the Devil. I feel the same way I did when I found out that Aja was making Hills of Eyes way back, and I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
And then when he was like attached to make Piranha 3D, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh god, I love that movie so much.
Yes, absolutely.
That movie so much. Where's my fucking 4? Do they have a 4K of that yet?
Oh God, they better.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
fucking.
I want
If I can have a fucking 2K transfer of Frankenhooker, there better be a 4K.
4K fucking Prada 3D.
Fucking Prada 3D.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm fucking sweating. Like Jesus. Holy shit.
Well, is there anything left to say? Well, I mean, there's tons left to say, but I think we
could go through this movie plot by plot, but just go watch it.
Yeah, just go watch it at this point. Like, there's tons. Let me put it this way: if you're a fan of film style, of movie making styles, this movie is one that you can just study over and over and over and over again. And God, yeah, just for where it got its inspiration, every 80s movie ever.
Yeah. And yet it still feels like its own movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It does feel like a remake of shit, and it doesn't feel cobbled together. It's all like we said, and it's right there, and it's really fucking in your face, like Terminator, First Blood, fucking Lethal Weapon, Halloween.
Oh yeah, there was some Lethal Weapon stuff.
Yeah, and all that shit is in there, and
like this movie basically uses Halloween the way Lethal Weapon used Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. It's all in there, but it's all a seamless film, and that is really super fucking impressive.
Absolutely.
You know,
and it doesn't draw attention to the fact that it's like a Dr. Loomis car, but you're looking at it and the shots they do in it, you're like, oh man, no, this is a Dr. Loomis car. It looks just like that, like that 70s style. Like
it's like it's just there.
Yeah.
You know, all that cool stuff is just there.
You know, like she just happens to look like Sarah Connor when you look at her, and like a lot of people I can see watching this movie and not even register that until someone points it out.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what we're for.
Yeah.
Pointing that shit out. So if you find any other like 80s movie references in The Guest that we missed, like put them in the comments below.
And I'm sure there's many.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a metric fuck ton. You know, because I want to know all of them. Because,
I watched this movie like for the 5th time tonight, and I'm still catching more than I did the first time.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, peace out. We'll see you next time.